Hello gamers, this is Error Name Not Found casting a game of Batsquatch versus Alpha Derezz. I don't really know what to say, I'm not good at
Orange
intros,
Squad,
but whatever,
ready.
this seems like an interesting game. Seems reasonably balanced, and I'm excited to see the outcome. Both teams are ready up here, they're preparing for combat, as the title says, and yeah. 2 seconds here. This is probably the most important part of the match, because this game is very based on momentum, I guess. Kind of opposite bushes here. Blue team all going tunnels, but quickly getting the boost out into the open space, claiming that 50 being held down. But quickly getting a snipe off on keyboard will, like, pushing him kind of back, but they're kind of pushing forward, just keeping him suppressed in that spawn. The rest of Orange team is not to be found. They are completely gone. And, yeah. The rest of Orange team seems to be coming in, kind of being held down by backpad here. That Meteor shooting on the corner to get that splash damage to force him back here. Keyboard getting a very aggressive hold here, getting a couple shots back onto that spawn field. The quick boost because James will hit the rock and gets back into that spawn area here. Kimbo getting forced out with that Meteor, the Nova fight gets quickly ended, and it quickly finished up by a Pulsar. Crypto fighting Mooney here, but Mooney ultimately getting the sniper off and leaving Crypto down to 1 health. Grip instant heal, and the cleanup by the Grim here with the Pulsar. Mooney phasing out of here. Orange team still kind of being pressed back into that spawn area, even though Blue team is kind of holding on point now. We're seeing kind of a switch over to tunnel hold here. Hindwood gets picked off, and Whirl gets kind of transcended here, mixes all of his shots on keyboard, and the heal helps him out. Doc comes to clean him up, and it's a fair trade. Alice gets the kill on Grim, as well as Doc getting the kill on Whirl. Lefty gets a quick snipe on last, and keyboard quickly takes it back. Crota uses the meatball gun to kill Lefty, and keyboard is being forced back as the remaining player. He's going to be staggered. All of Blue team is pushing in from pad with a pretty solid regrab, but mainly holding on scaffold, probably hoping to get some free damage in and getting a kill to stagger the enemy here. All of Orange team holding inside, and all of Blue team holding outside. Kind of a siege going on here.
Point contested.
Then again, Blue team does have a lot of time since Orange team is only at 8%. The push coming in here, the shotgun that almost kills Palace, but he phases out of there. Coda gets the kill on Doc, and Grim finishes up Coda as he pushes out with Pulsar. The detonator gets moving low and he backs up. The Palace narrowly avoids and hides underneath. Some Orange team pushing out here and kind of counteracting that inward push that came in. Doc goes through 4 pushing through tunnels and going around back here, and the rest of the players kind of sitting outside. Doc being the only one left except for the 2 boosting in from backpad here. They kind of fuck it up, but they're kind of slow here, and they will get mopped up by 3 remaining players, at least that's my theory. The quick grab strat almost kills someone, but the quick counter grab gets him off here, and his teammates come to clean him up. 2 quick players on point here. That's pressure coming in from that Meteor outside, killing them down. They're securing, making the fight a lot easier for them. 2 players left on the Blue team side against 3 here. The Meteor pushing in from the Blue team side here.
Point contested.
So they're quickly cleaned up by a Meteor player. Lefty getting forced back quickly by that Meteor and that Nova combo. The quick boost back in, kind of always fighting symmetry. Keyboard gets quickly cleaned up, and Grim blows himself up with a detonator. 1 last remaining blue player gets cleaned up, and it's a 4v1, immediately gets cleaned up. That Meteor player, they're doing a good job of hiding from him, not allowing him to get that splash damage. That is so critical to get those, make those fights a lot easier. Someone's floating like an idiot in the middle of the space like a big dummy dumbhead, getting quickly sniped and getting down to 1 health. That Meteor's about to clean up the other, and Grim forces someone out with Pulsar, getting down to low health and finishing him off. It's a 2v3 on the point here. 1 kill down to a 1v3, kind of having to force to be stalled for time as Orange team's at 94. And that is the first round unless Blue team can get a good boost in, but no, they are too late. That was a pretty one-sided match, but frankly, I think Blue team did a good job with that, kind of using that stagger to their advantage.
It's like,
kind of,
it's just feeding in. Feed the machine.
Yeah, but that constant attack didn't let Orange team take that advantage and kind of kept that momentum going and prevented them from getting that auto heal, forcing them to use their abilities. Kind of a battle of attrition. Didn't work out in their favor though, as Orange team managed to hold on. again. Orange team and blue team boosting out at the same time. Orange team getting point massively faster than the other team. Blue team kind of struggling to come back in here. An upside down boy is on blue side. Keyboard gets quickly killed by an Arc Mine Mooney combo.
With the phase, really?
Orange team is still kind of holding outside here. Blue team kind of being forced to hold inside. Kinzel quickly dodges the kill here. Kinzel gets downed and Whirl gets the trade-off because of the Meteor. Crypto is one health, forcing around kill here, and Doc's flanking that Meteor player. Almost gets him, but the phase gets him out of that tough situation. Doc's kind of holding around that blue obelisk at full health. There's one blue player on point that he's one health. Keyboard immediately gets picked off, and the quick boost kills off Doc. A 2v4, 2v5 on that point. That Meteor really helping out there. Those Novas really cleaning up that kill. Number 13, Crypto Lab, kind of holding around Scaffold, trying to get a quick pick on to number 11 here. All of blue team getting ready for a boost in here. Pushing in and kind of going over top, trying to struggle for that one kill. Everyone focusing on that one. Not realizing that they're dying to the other people that are inside the point. Orange team kind of holding out in the defensive. 13 pushing through the tunnel to try and root that up. Blue team getting ready for the push here, forcing someone down on the ceiling, but it quickly gets cleaned up by Lefty here. Kinzel quickly clears that out though, and Palace kills himself with a Meteor shot. Grim kind of holding upstairs here with that point. Kinzel not really having an opportunity with that low health, so that detonator almost kills him. Lefty at like 3rd health here, and Doc forcing him back against Kinzel. An equal health opponent. Fuck. Palace quickly cleans up Grim with that Meteor. Blue team struggles to get back in here and gets the quick kill here. Someone's holding onto that upper ring, just trying to hold out as long as possible for his teammates to get in here. Keyboard quickly gets cleaned up by the 2 Meteors and those Novas, which are really working together really well. An upside down boy trying to struggle here. A Lefty just trying to hold on to for dear life, but eventually gets picked off. A 2-person boost coming in from backpad, actually a 3-person boost. One person goes up and holds that shield tower, fighting against 2 people outside and 3 people inside. The float over top is throwing out the best decision. Palace forcing Keyboard into the point here. And escaping. Keyboard's still alive after that, even though... And someone's flanking around through orange tunnels here. Kind of a 3v3, kind of a clusterfuck on the point here. A 3v2 now, at Lefty at half health. Even at Comet, he's at a disadvantage against that Nova player, especially Kinzel, who won the last ECML tournament. Crypto floating around like an idiot and almost dying, almost getting Kinzel down to half health here. Trying to use that extra range to keep away from the Nova's plus the danger flag. Oh boy. One blue player trying to hold back that team there, but a Nova is still valiantly holding in point, just kind of doing commando operations, just not letting them get any chances. A couple of people in back tunnel with Pulsar just kind of trying to suppress those Novas. Then gets quickly picked off by said Novas, and another player gets stunned. That is another kill for them. Another easy hold. 86% is going to be the last push for the team. As 13 flanks to the back tunnels, and a quick pick coming from somewhere on blue team. 4v2 coming in here. The last push in from those Pulsar players as Grim gets quickly cleaned up by that Meteor and that Nova. Those Meteors are really helping out with those shields as well as just doing splash damage and making the job easier for the Novas. Giving them a quick advantage even though all the Novas are about equally skilled. And that's a easy 2-0 victory, pretty one-sided, about the same percentage as well.
Dyson.
For both rounds. And that's the end of Dyson. Now we'll see which map blue team picks. Maybe they'll pick a longer range map without as much cover that the Meteors can hit, which is my...
Wow, I guess the rest of my team did good, I guess.
And 39 kills coming out from Whirl. I haven't seen that for a while. Kinzel still outkilling him by 4 though.
Hi.
You're seeing considerably long point objective time coming from orange team compared to blue team, and I think that's to do with those Meteors suppressing them back, as well as those Novas that pushed out at the right time and knew when to boost. And now we're in an arena match. I have no idea why. Oh. Oh, and time for an intermission. Yay, we got there in the end.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty neat.
What happened?
His emo.
Defense squad ready.
Alright, welcome back to the next match of Batsquatch versus Alpha Derezz. Now happening on Surge, which is an interesting map choice given how favored... pretty unique choice given how favored Meteor was to Orange Team's layout here. But seems like the same team color, so that's thankfully useful. I feel like the one thing that... I mean, there's not much to say. It's on this map, which is kind of Meteor favored. But maybe they have a secret strat, maybe they'll try and use the Meteor against it. Which would be kind of advantageous in this first point, because there's a lot of structures here you can hit. As we can see, yeah, Crypto going with the Meteor here. And Lefty using the sniper rifle. If you can... There are some good cover points where you can snipe pretty far down and hit those back flyers and kind of suppress them. Which gives you much needed time. Mooney going with the sniper rifle, hopefully we'll get a good couple of plays there, and Koda going with the Meteor trying to suppress him back. Palace also going with that, and Whirl going with cleanup duty with Kinzel. Other than that, we're just waiting for the teams to ready up, but I think this is going to be another fun match. The last one was pretty fun just due to the fact that
Attack squad
they
ready.
used the stagger to their advantage to always keep Orange Team on their toes.
Are we using strats this time? Are we doing...
Alright, the countdown to the preparation phase
Are we
begins.
doing...
We don't need to change anything.
Are we doing the impulse?
Take your defensive
Ignite,
positions.
Oh,
And we're watching the
crashed.
setup here.
Crashed.
Okay.
A boost coming out, and I believe that's going to be Lefty winning the Great Flamingo race. Because that's the true competition that we have here.
The surge.
Doc's trying to set up a detonator here, but he doesn't seem to be choosing to do so. Fails putting it away.
Match starting.
They're holding pretty far back, except for
10,
Doc, who's
9,
probably going to get picked
8,
off on his own
7,
here.
6.
But he is falling back
5,
in response to that,
4,
as they kind of push
3,
forward and start setting up. Do not
1.
let Orange Team have that wall hack
Stop
advantage
the
from the
payload.
map. Mooney driving on the payload with Alex and
Accelerating.
Koda, those meteors and long-range weapons trying to
Accelerating.
press the enemy's back. The meteor also coming back here and doing some critical damage against that back shield. Kimzo pushing forward on the left side with Whirl. Both trying to get a kill here and get a quick pick on Doc here without losing much health or a player.
Payload mobilized.
A 4v5 here, but a quick 4v4 equalizer. It will take a while for blue players to get back in, but the orange timer, respawn timer is incredibly low. Quick snipe with a meteor cleanup by Palace and Mooney. Getting a quick kill onto keyboard. Crypto blowing himself up
Delivery
with his own
accelerating.
meteor,
I'm on the duck.
which frankly in this map is unavoidable at times.
Why am I the only person on the
Delivery
duck?
accelerating.
A three-person boost coming out from blue team here, a very admirable play. Lefty kind of getting immediately suppressed though, and getting a quick pick by those Novas. Then doing some major damage on that payload, keeping them off it temporarily.
Mobilized.
Doc overextends a tiny bit and gets picked off by the two Novas. And Keyboard is kind of just being a wrenching the cogs here. But almost gets picked off by those meteors holding back and getting those quick damage pick off.
Payload
Crypto gets
mobilized.
sniped by Mooney, an amazing shot, as Lefty tries to save her, but a quick detonator and Meteor Nova combo takes him down. And I think this is going to be first point with 1 minute 34 left on the clock for Orange Team, which is pretty good time, 30 seconds for the first point.
Where you going, Mooney?
And now we
This
see
way.
the reset.
Mooney,
from
why?
the
More like
from
Mooney,
the
why?
rest of the blue team.
Bye. Bye.
Mooney doing a unique strategy here, sitting all the way in the back room. Crypto sticking his hands to the floor and trying to use that time to do some bit of damage. Mooney immediately emerging and dying to a meteor. Whirl gets picked off by Grim and a meteor. As Grim does kind of an aggressive hold here, and he gets immediately picked off by those Novas, meteors, and deaths. He phases to get back and tries to hold back. Doc holding onto the ceiling upside down, trying to get a surprise attack on the person on payload. And it works out just in his favor, but he does get grabbed onto by Whirl, or Kinzel rather. And she does a flippy move and gets another kill, trying to just barely avoiding those meteors. And doing a big job of distracting the enemy and letting her teammate up those ramps and kind of forcing her way through that advantageous defense position. Because if you can hold that upper hill, you have a very good chance as an offense player, or as a defense player. But now they have to hold further back because there's nobody going to be
is it a 4v5 right now?
embedded. Doc gets a quick kill on the left side here, and Whirl quickly cleans him up there. Grim trying to hold and replace Doc's position there and gets a quick pick, as well as Whirl breaking out again. Kind of an even fight here. Whirl getting the det, and Grim getting the quick detonator off on point, and the pulsar shot trying to suppress him off. Whirl immediately jumping back on that point, fearless like a boss, and Orange Team kind of doing a farther back hold, which they kind of need to avoid doing, because if they allow that to happen, they can just suppress the fuck out of that checkpoint and not allow them to cap. And they're coming out of their little nooks and crannies and suppressing that. Though it does come with a death of one of their teammates, Crypto picking off Coda, but it was quickly repaid by a triple kill by Mooney, Whirl, and Palace with those meteors, novas, and comets. Comet is doing a very good job at suppressing those enemies and doing sudden burst damage, which is Mooney's specialty. He's an excellent comet shot and one that I personally fear for my life, and in real life. He will find a way. That smothering skill forcing an enemy back and really getting a pick on keyboard, that's Coda that time. Grim getting a pick on Palace, and Grim using that detonator to finish off Kinzel. Doc killing Whirl with his own Nova. Mooney using that sniper rifle to kill Lefty, and Grim quickly trying to chase that back with Pulsar against Coda. Doc quickly gets Palace as he boosts back out with Mooney, and Crypto finishes off Mooney. Whirl cleans up Crypto Lab, kind of having an aggressive hold, and it kind of paying off with only a couple deaths. Whirl being extremely low on that payload, a couple of meteor shots will finish him off. People are missing the stun field, but only getting that kill using that long range against the Nova. Mooney getting suppressed back here, which is kind of a turn of events here. Keyboard at half health being forced back by those Nova players, getting quickly cleaned up by their kind of signature duo. Someone having a stroke on the floor there, just doing some crazy dance moves. Grim kind of grabbing on someone and doing a scoop back to the head, but the instinctual counter grab forces him back. And Mooney cleans up that meteor kill on the Crypto Lab as they quickly get a boost out here. 2 minutes 44 on the clock. They wasted a third of the time for that, especially with those 2 minutes they got. But I guess that aggressive hold really did pay off for Blue Team here and Keyboard rolling. That stun bounces off the payload and the quick det retaliation by Coda. And Mooney getting a quick snipe on the Doc. Palace cleaning up another kill from that detonator with Grim on the receiving end. That meteor player trying to force people off the payload, but he gets quickly cleaned up by the meteors and novas. Keyboard holding sideways here, trying to get people off the payload. Kind of all alone here. Maybe should have waited for his team, but he's staying alive surprisingly well. That's his survivability for you. Being sideways meaning he can jump sideways and get a quick dash speed. Keyboard immediately getting kicked off though, and Crypto floating around and couldn't get the kill with the meteor because of phase. Doc is holding on to that point with all his might, but he eventually has to fall back to that another Nova player by Kinzel. Kinzel quickly dunks it into point, and that's a quick. I don't know how much time was on each clock there, but that was a surprising hunk. Minute 40 according to Dual Game, my amazing big penis friend. And yeah, that's the first round. If Palace and his squad can hold on to this again, then it's probably gonna be a good hold, given how well they're using that meteor and those novas to clean up. Especially in this first section, the first half of the first point, which is very Nova friendly due to all the corners they can add around. Now we're going to see their setup here. The original squad. Mooney winning the duel here, and World dashing back and getting second place.
I'm not even gonna bother.
Now we're going to see another holding pretty far back, especially for their use of the Novas. I'm betting they're just holding that far back to prevent the wall hack map from giving away their positions and allowing Orton to set up spawn.
6,
The preemptive
4,
artillery fire coming out from one of the blue meteor players here.
1.
Trying to immediately press
Stop
him
the
back.
payload.
Yeah, we see them
Payload
immediately kind of
mobilized.
pushing back
Accelerating.
forward. The two Novas pushing forward on their own here. Little squad of just forcing them back. A quick boost forced blue team to quickly get back there, but they quickly finish them off and force them into a 5v5, especially in this advantageous position for Meteor hitting the payload. Fewer targets to aim at. Still being at low health, but quickly being saved by Doc at full health, holding on payload with the keyboard here. Whirl quickly misses the shots here and quickly finishes off Doc here. Crypto finishing off Palace, and Whirl getting another kill on the keyboard. And getting another kill on Crypto before, and then Grim finishes off Totus Loop here. Whirl on low health, but still managing to fight and press those enemies back with his tactic here. The Archmon holding on the payload. If that can get a chain stun, this will be big for blue team here. Kimzo managing to grab on the keyboard really and shoot his feet until he blows into a million pieces here. Crypto holding pretty far back, pushing forward into that Nova as he knows he's weak, and probably knows he can get the pick if he aims. A quick snipe forcing Crypto back though with those meteors and Comet players. Kimzo gets another pick on the Grim, and Palace gets another pick on Doc. Proto using that meteor to kind of just shoot at those pillars and get damage here. Whirl gets and finishes up those kills by Whirl on the keyboard. The quick boost click on the here leaves Grim all alone on the payload. Quickly gets shot by those meteors and has to be forced off here. Quickly tag team back on by a keyboard though. But he quickly gets stunned and Nova'd by Whirl. He's immediately surprised by Grim. And Doc gets another pick on Dakota, forcing a 4v3 in favor of blue team here.
Payload mobilized.
And given this terrain, they're probably in a good position. Both people on payload are fairly weak and can easily be picked off. Whirl goes for the killing blow here, and Grim tries to pick him off as he floats a bit. But he's ultimately forced back by that meteor player, and Grim tries to pick up Kimzo here. But again, forced back by Mooney, who overextends, gets picked off by Keyboard. Grim holding on to the point with their hands and quickly getting picked off by Whirl. Dakota trading for Doc J24 there, and Kimzo trying to get this duel off with Crypto, which forces them into kind of an advantageous position for Orange Team. 30 seconds on the clock here, and Grim is holding on the tail. It's definitely possible for Orange Team if they pull it around here, but it's getting less and less likely. That stun field almost gets off, but Jock quickly shuts it down. And Kimzo tries to shut him down, but she bit out of the range and cannot finish him off until she floats a bit, taking critical damage from Grim. And Keyboard almost finishing her off with that fellow Nova. Kimzo kind of floating and getting picked off by that long range ultra that we're seeing coming out from Grin here. So that quickly finishes people off on payload, forcing overtime to end prematurely, and that is the end of the second game. Both games going to Kimzo and her squad.
Told us.
Yeah.
Very surprising squad win. And yeah, that's, unless I'm mistaken, that is the end of this match.
To Europe on this one.
GG's guys. We tried to accommodate the crashes.
Kimzo with 50 kills, my god.
Definitely.
Whirl also
Damn,
almost getting
Grim.
up there. Those Novas doing mad work.
That's a lot.
You still got it. You still got it.
Crypto almost killing up to them, but just managing to get 12 kills less. Which is still a surprising number of kills for 28. 17 logs just on him alone. And that's the end of the match. Well, that was an interesting game. I guess the remaining people got picked off, and it just didn't go well. Those meteors really helped out, and those Novas did an excellent job of cleaning up the messes. And that second game was also more interesting, in my opinion, just because Orange Team used that boosting backwards to force kind of a pincer maneuver onto Kimzo and her squad. And that is the end of this game. Thank you for watching. Yeah.